Hello everyone, Justin here, and welcome to part 6 of my series on how to draw graffiti letters. And today we're going to be drawing the letters R, S, T, and U. So let's go ahead and start with R, remembering to kind of keep it loose. R, S, T, and U. Alright, let's go ahead and work on the stem here and make this wide at the bottom, quite wide, and finish it off at the top. And here we're going to make this part of this stroke wider right there and continue it across. And here let's just go ahead and make this again quite wide and finish it off like that. You can draw this tail any way you want, or this stroke any way you want. You could make it curve downward, but anyway, that's how I decided to do it this time. And here, let's go ahead and draw the S. Let's make say this part wide and then narrow, and actually let's draw that as a stroke. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and draw this part as a separate stroke and make it wide and large at the bottom, and then curve over. Alright, let's draw the T. I'm going to draw it so that it's kind of like this, where it's wider on the right side, like that. And for the bottom, let's make it like this stem here of the R, and it extends at the top and quite large at the bottom. Let's draw the U, and here I'm going to make this left part wide, a little wide at the top, but overall somewhat skinny. And actually I'm going to make this bottom part a little wide, but then it's going to get really wide at the top, like that. Okay? One thing to keep in mind is your widest parts of any particular letter shouldn't be too much wider than the other wide parts of the other letters. Okay? And that just helps to keep it more uniform and more consistent. Let's go ahead and start outlining these with the thick Sharpie. So graffiti letters tend to have fairly thick outlines, which is why I'm using this thick Sharpie. And then the detail lines then of the letter, you can use a thinner Sharpie or a pen. Okay, so here they're overlapping, and I'm being careful not to cross the overlapping lines. Okay, and our T. And there's our overlap right there from our vertical stem, and our U. Alright, let's fine-tune these a little bit with our thinner marker. Here I'm going to have these two, between these two lines I'm going to choose this one to extend in a little bit and taper it. And the taper could be curved like the way I did it here, and that kind of helps indicate that this stroke is actually three-dimensionally is kind of curved. And here I'm going to extend that line in, and here I'll continue on with our horizontal extensions, and here. And they don't have to be very long either. Like here, I'm just going to keep them fairly short. Okay, let's draw our form shadow. Here, this is basically going to be just a triangle. Alright, and here, let's draw another one. I'm going to make this a little bit more curved. The inner line will be a little bit more curved. And let's draw our highlight up here. and maybe one here. Okay, let's work on the S. So here I'm going to pick this line to extend right there, and I'm just gonna leave it just like that. Let's go ahead and add our form shadow. It's gonna be a long crescent, and just for fun I'm going to go ahead and add another line right here that kind of goes in, which kind of helps to show that it's kind of folding on itself. And for the T, I'm going to extend the vertical line this time and taper it, and same here. Let's add a shadow up here and then one down here. Outer line that's parallel to the outline, and then an inner curve to connect the two ends, and just shade it in. We forgot our highlight here, so let's go ahead and draw a highlight right here. And I'm just randomly choosing where to put these highlights, but anywhere in the upper left, okay? Because we're assuming our light source is coming from the upper left, and so that's where our highlight would be. And I'll just go ahead and do it for these. You can just, you really could just add one. You don't have to add three like I did here. And here we've got this really long outside curve, so I'm going to make this form shadow a little bit longer than the others. But you don't have to make it that long. You could make it a little bit shorter. And finally, let's go ahead and add our shadows, which are on the lower right of each letter. And this gives it a three-dimensional look. Makes it more graphic and definitely makes it much more interesting. So one final thing we're going to do is to outline the whole thing as if this was a word, and we're going to outline it without overlapping. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're just gonna go all the way around, keeping fairly close to each letter and every shadow, and trying to maintain that same spacing all around. And right here, just keep going until there's no more space. Like right here, you would stop right there, go up, and then there's no space here without overlapping the space that would be around the T. So we're gonna continue on to the T outline and keep going. Again, right here, we've got the T outline, and it's going to meet up with the U outline, so we just transition right there. And we still have these inner spaces that we also want to outline, still keeping that same distance, and maybe we just need to add a dot right there. So that's it, guys. These were the letters R, S, T, and U of our graffiti letters. So I hope you got something out of it. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you at the next video where we cover the rest of the letters. Thanks a lot for watching and have a great day. Bye.